after doing the concept of potential energy, let us deal with the topic conservation of mechanical energy, right? We are doing the chapter gravitation, okay? So after doing the concept of potential energy, let us discuss the topic conservation of mechanical energy. See, if only conservative forces are acting on the system, then mechanical energy has to remain conserved. And we know that gravitational forces are conservative forces. So if only gravitational forces are acting, then mechanical energy will remain conserved. Okay. Let us take few examples. This is conservation of mechanical energy, dear students. Conservation of mechanical energy which says that initial kinetic energy plus initial potential energy is going to be equal to final kinetic energy plus final, obviously, potential energy. Okay, so let us do some questions based on this, right? So the first question is, this similar question has been asked in NEET exam. Let us not take the numerical values, let us just take the let us just take the expressions, right? See, mass of this sphere is capital M, right? This is d, initial distance is d, mass of this sphere is also capital M, okay? Their centers are separated by d distance apart. Now the radius of both the spheres is capital R. Initial velocity of both these spheres is 0, right? They start approaching each other, right? They start approaching each other due to their gravitational force of attraction, okay? You have to calculate the velocities with which they will collide with each other. Just calculate the velocities with which they will collide with each other, right? See, there is a symmetry. What is the symmetry, dear students? Symmetry is that both the masses are equal, their initial velocities are equal. See, the force exerted by this sphere on this sphere and force exerted by the first sphere on the second or second sphere on the first is equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So acceleration produced, magnitude of acceleration produced in both these spheres will be same. So final velocity acquired by both these spheres has to be same, right? Okay. So the only force acting is gravitational forces. You have to conserve the mechanical energy now. Initial potential energy is going to be minus g m1 m2 divided by d, dear students. Initial kinetic energy being 0. Final kinetic energy of both these spheres is half mv square. Because since there are two spheres, we have to multiply it by 2. And final potential energy is going to be minus g mm divided by the distance between their centers is actually 2 times r. Right? This is actually 2 times r, dear students. So now you can easily calculate the value of V, right? You can easily calculate the value of V. Sometimes the numerical values are given, you can solve it yourself. Okay, kindly note down, dear students. Now we have a very good question here. See, this is a planet having mass m, okay? Radius of the planet being capital R. There is another planet having mass 4 times capital M and radius of this planet is also capital R. Let me draw it again. And radius of this planet is again same, that is equal to obviously capital R, right? The centers of both the planets are separated by the distance 6r. Let this point be A, let this point be B. Now you have a point mass small m on the surface of one planet. With what minimum velocity you should project the particle of mass small m from point P so that it is just able to reach the surface of another planet, right? So you have to calculate minimum velocity with which small m must be projected, with which small m must be projected so that it is able to reach planet B, right? Surface of planet B, not the center of planet B, dear students. Okay, see, we have to first locate the neutral point. Where will the neutral point lies? Okay, where will the neutral point lie? So it will be closer to the smaller mass. Distance will be x. This distance will be 6r minus x. Before the neutral point, if the mass small m stops or its kinetic energy becomes 0 before the neutral point, then it will again go inside this planet, will move towards this planet. However, if mass small m is able to cross this neutral point, then it enters into the field of planet of mass 4m, and obviously it will move towards the planet by itself. Since we are asked to calculate the minimum velocity, I am just going to make the mass small m just cross the neutral point. Once it is able to cross the neutral point, it will automatically enter into the gravitational field of the other planet, right dear students? Kindly note down. See, the first concept is basically the location of neutral point, which is d over under root of bigger mass. This is a shortcut, dear students. Bigger mass by smaller mass plus 1. This comes out to be 2r. So neutral point is located at a distance of 2r from the center of the planet A, right? Okay. Now conservation of mechanical energy, initial KE, initial potential energy is going to be equal to final kinetic energy, final potential energy. Initial kinetic energy we have to calculate the velocity, okay, half mv square. Initial potential energy at the surface has to be, see, the potential energy at point P will be due to both these spheres, right? So it is actually right, minus gmm divided by r, right? Radius is r, and for the other planet it is minus g 4m into small m divided by, this total is 6r minus r, that is 5r. Now if the object, if the mass is just able to cross the neutral point, just able to reach the neutral point, let us assume that kinetic energy at the neutral point becomes 0. Okay, now what is the final potential energy at this point? It is actually minus g capital M divided by 2 times r minus g 4m into small m divided by 4 times capital R. In this way you can easily calculate the value of V, right dear students? Small m is going to cancel. Small m is going to cancel everywhere. We'll take small m common from LHS and RHS, it is going to cancel, right? You can easily calculate the value of V. That will be the minimum velocity with which body must be projected from the left side so that it is just able to reach, or it is able to reach the surface of planet B. Okay, kindly note down dear students. Now sometimes we are given with a question here which says that you have projected a body with some velocity from the surface of the earth till what height it is able to reach, right? So body is projected with some velocity, say v, from the surface of the earth, and it is at what height it will reach before it will return to the earth's surface. You are asked to calculate the value of h. You have to obviously assume that this velocity is obviously less than escape velocity. Body is not going to go out of the gravitational field of earth. It is certainly going to come down, right? So this is point A, this is point B. Just conserve the mechanical energy. Question is, we have projected a body with velocity v from the surface of the earth. What maximum height will be attained by the body before it starts returning to the earth's surface due to the gravitational pull of the earth? Okay, again Ke plus initial potential energy is going to be equal to final kinetic energy plus final potential energy, right? What is initial kinetic energy? It is half mv square. Initial potential energy at the surface of earth is not 0. We take the center of earth to be the reference. This is minus gmm by r, dear students. So at point B, final kinetic energy is 0. What is the final potential energy? It is minus gmm divided by r plus h. So now you can easily calculate the value of h if v is given or v if h is given, right dear students? This is the easy concept for conservation of mechanical energy. For example, suppose it is given that body reaches to the height, say, equal to radius of the earth above the earth's surface. So calculate with what velocity it was projected. So easily we can calculate that. Half mv square minus gmm divided by r is going to be equal to minus gmm divided by r plus h. R plus h is r plus r, that is 2r, right dear students? So half mv square becomes gmm by r minus 2 gmm by 2r, it becomes gmm by 2r, right? So we have got the answer. It was an easy question. Small m and small m get cancelled, we get the 2 and 2 get cancelled. So we get the value of velocity as under root of gm divided by capital R, right dear students? Okay.